Morning YouTube. It's really grey and wet and rainy here today in Cornwall, which is a bit of a contrast because the last few days, well up until yesterday, have been brilliant sunshine in the morning, and the sunrises and the sunsets have been crystal clear and the sky has been brilliant blue. But as you can see now, it is grey, the colour of television tuned to a dead channel. But that crystal clarity, those experiences of looking at the sunshine just rising above the horizon or just sinking below it, has been really interesting for me. I'm going to continue doing some stuff with that because I get this real kind of thrill watching it. You know, it's a very, very embodied sense. You know, I get those chills. It's a bit like that ASMR thing that people talk about, when you get the weird thing going on in your head and then going down. I don't know why I would get that in relation to something as global as the Earth turning away from the sun or rolling toward it, but I do, and it's, you know, it is that kind of thrilling experience. But it's put me in mind of much more close to home thrilling and chilling experiences. And I'm sorry, this story is a little bit near the knuckle, so if that kind of, you know, kind of vaguely erotic story bothers you, turn away now. But it really puts me in mind of a very early kind of erotic experience I had had. I say kind of because it was a bit odd really. But when I was about 12, I guess, I used to go to the Saturday morning film club in Rawtenstall in Lancashire. I used to live in Lancashire when I was a kid. And the Picture House, which is a movie theatre in film theatre in Rawtenstall, had these Saturday morning film clubs where they'd show a serial and they'd show a longer thing and a couple of cartoons, that kind of stuff, and it was about an hour and a half. And I used to go there with a bunch of my friends, and we were kind of scallywags really. And some of my mates, I'll tell you some stories about some of the people I used to hang out with, were, you know, fairly disreputable types, if I'm honest, and slightly older than me, some of them, and very kind of advanced for their years, by which I mean, you know, they'd all kind of lost their virginity when they were like 14, 15, these guys. At least said they had, and I know in at least one case I saw it happening. So they were quite advanced for their age. And we used to go to the Saturday morning film club, not because we were even remotely interested in Woody Woodpecker cartoons, but because there was a whole bunch of girls used to go there as well. And on one occasion, well actually on one occasion then, which was followed by 4 other occasions in subsequent weeks, one lad, this guy called Tony, set me up with this girl in the cinema who lived in Rawtenstall. I didn't live there. Set me up with this girl called Dawn. And I saw Dawn at the cinema and sat next to Dawn in the cinema each week for 4 weeks. I never saw her outside of that space. I never saw her in daylight. I'm not even quite sure. I never even really got to see what she looked like. But I just used to meet her for that hour and a half in the cinema. And I was 12 and she was 13. And I used to look forward to these Saturdays. Well, I kind of look forward to these. I'd start to look forward to those Saturdays on Friday night when I realised what was going to happen on Saturday morning, and I would start to get that feeling in the head that you're like looking at the sunset or looking at the sunrise. Oh my God, the sun's going to come up tomorrow. But in the case of Dawn, it wasn't that the sun was going to come up, it's that we'd French kiss madly, and that she'd let me put my hand up her skirt. I'm not even sure why I put my hand up her skirt. I was far too young to get involved in any kind of serious activity. As I say, I was only 12. I didn't really lose my virginity until quite a long time later, until I met the person who became my first wife actually. But with the encouragement from Tony and a few other people who used to go, I started to put my hand up Dawn's skirt, and that was this really erotic moment, like I was seeing the sunrise. It's funny really, because of course she's only 12 or 13 herself, so she was completely hairless downstairs. And I wouldn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what I was poking at, if I'm honest. But yeah, it had this. But it was, I guess it was a kind of an erotic charge, but it wasn't erotic in the way that a mature eroticism works. You know what I mean? Which is fully fleshed out and which connects the intimate nature of your physiology to the, you know, wider aspects of your psychology and the world at large. You know, there's a more rich fabric to it when you're older, isn't there? But it was the weird beginning of this sensation. I'm never going to put her hand down my pants. I didn't even ask her to. I don't think. I didn't really know that was part of the game at the time. Oh well, I do now. I do often wonder what happened to Dawn. Anyhow, yes, the erotic sunset. There's not a lot of well, maybe there is. Maybe this is an erotic landscape. Look at those phallic symbols there, thrusting into the cloudy wetness and moist accessibility of the mist. Yeah, lovely.